Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time coming, this one. I've been busy doing other things. Bit of this one, bit of that one, bit of that one. But yeah, time to get this done. Yeah, we've got a job lot of parts in front of me. Need to get on today. I've got parts at home that have just turned up. So yeah, let's get cracked on with it. I'm going to start underneath. Don't remember if from the last video there were bolts that were missing, rounded off, stuff like that. So we're going to get them boxed off. So that's the suspension complete. We've got alternator kit, water pipe kit from Retro Ford. All the proper stuff to do the job. So I'll show you what parts we've got, what we're going to get on, and how we're going to do it. So this is just a few of the parts that have turned up. These were the bolts that were missing, or we only had one of, so we've got new sets, we've got grill clips. I'll show you what these are for in a second. They're engine mounts, but we're not using them for that. We've got petrol tank fitting kit, clutch clip, bumper bolts. A bit crap really, they've all the paint's come off in the bag, in the post, so I'll repaint them. I'll show you how I do fan control, prop shaft bolts. Yeah, we've got full battery lead kit we need to make up. We have an ignition barrel now with a key. So yeah, and I hope the camera looks better because we've got a new phone. So under here, I'll just get what I'm on with. See if I can do a bit of balancing. So these are engine mounts, but I'll show you the problem we've got. This is for the gearbox. Because of these exhaust tunnels it's got, I can't really run a standard one. It just don't work. I've got a standard one, but like I said, it don't work. So this is my plan. Obviously that'll be up there. So even with the engine where I want it, even with that there, I'm still miles off. So I'm going to cut this bracket, make like a Z shape, if you will. Yeah, should do the trick. I know they are rubbers, but I know they're solid. There's not much giving them. But what can I do? Unless I start remaking the floor in the car to run a standard rubber one, which I'm not doing. Also, exhaust at home, that's just turned up, so we'll be getting that on. Yeah, clutch cable, we're on it. We're going to get it done. Might be a long video, this one. It might be a short one. As long as nothing holds me back and I don't need something. I've already forgot fuel pipes. I went to get them this morning and then picked up the phone and I just walked out and then left them at the shop where I went from. So yeah, I'll be going back for them later. I've also got some, I'll show you what. I've got some heat shielding to put on the floor where the exhaust goes, because it's just going to burn the paint. It's going to be that close, trying to keep it tucked up. Yeah, let's get cracked on. So here are the two ends cut off. And that's what we're left with. Don't worry about this, I'm just mocking up. Chill out. Right, so that'll be getting drilled there, and then I need to make a sliver to go in there. Obviously it'll be further up, so it'll be like that. But yeah, that's the idea I'm going for. I could have maybe bent that, but fair fix steel probably would have made a mess. So yeah, let's do the job, get it done. Well, that was fixed steel. Took me here just to get through that. But yeah, that's the idea I'm going for. So I'll just trim this one back a bit more, so it's in like that one. And then I'll come up to it. Same on that one. Obviously if I come up there now, we'll be close to that bolt, that nut. So yeah, that's the idea. Should work. There we go, all made up. Solid, welded both sides. Just in the mini paint booth. Just put some primer and texture coating on. So yeah, that'll do the job nice. There won't be no bending in that. So while that's drying, why don't we just talk about who subscribes and who don't. So while I wait for that to dry, can you all just please like, share and subscribe? It will help the channel out and it'll make me want to carry on videoing. I don't have to video, I don't have to show you all what I do. I've been doing it for many years like. But yeah, also there is a new escort there, and as you see my dad's is back on the shelf, so there's plenty more to come. And we've also, I'll show you a little spoiler for the next video. Yeah, that's all really. I'm back on with red escort now. Bosh. I'll do the job. Another problem now, exhaust is tight up against the floor, so a bit of sorting out to there. And obviously that's not pulled fully up inside yet, so it'll go even tighter. So I need to just alter some stuff around. But yeah, we've got gaps here where they normally catch. And that's been cut out and plated. So yeah, there's nothing catching, bulkhead's all clear. Where I put that piece of cardboard. Yeah, we'll carry on now. I might throat clutch cable in while we're here. Just get that done. I'll go around, I'll tighten engine mount bolts up now. Stuff like that, now we're happy. So yeah, coming together. So while I'm in the fabricating mood, thought we'll turn our attention to the handbrake. So this is for my car to go on, but you know, we need this done first. I'm thinking, obviously I've only got one hand, I can't put cable in. But it'd be alright if we had two of them, one there. And that would probably just do the job nice. So I'm going to make one of these now. Riv nut it on, whatever, no welding going on. Yeah, and that should do the job. It should clear prop shaft. Obviously we're still going to tackle this later date, like. Yeah, get that one there, so we can still work the adjuster. Yeah, so take this to the bench, see what we can make. Obviously it needs to be strong. Pull it handbrake, you don't want it flexing. Yeah, I'll see if I've got something that'll do the job. I think we can make this do a nice job. Obviously it's solid. I'm thinking like that. Cut it off where I want, drill an hole in the end. Yeah, watch this. See what I mean? Don't worry about the cable tie, it's just temporary to keep it in there. It would have been good if I drilled the 2 holes in that plate thinking I was going to put it up to the top, 4 bolts, solid. It is solid, but obviously riv nutted. It's not going nowhere. It's just if I put that to the top, the cable, if I pull that tight, the cable would have pulled against the body. Now it doesn't. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, take that off. Give it a coat of paint, because I think it's just like zinc at a minute. The cable doesn't rub nowhere. Just need a few clips to hold everything in place. So I'll make that other bracket do that job. Everything's out of the way. So there we go. Both on now. So it's the edges cornering, a bit grinding up. Same again, riv nutted. Yeah, that'll pull nice and tight. You can adjust it. Obviously it's not tightened up yet. Yeah, nice and out of the way. So I'll pull these 2 off now, grind them up, put some satin black on them, get them bolted back on. That's it, complete. Texture coating one again, bit more hard wearing. So yeah, that's them. Now while I'm here, I'm going to change all these bolts out for the right ones, because some are not long enough and some don't have nuts on. Yeah, so I've got all the new ones. We'll get them fired in. Get the clips on these handbrakes. That one doesn't have one because that's an adjuster one. Yeah, we'll carry on. There's the exhaust, just turned up. You know this ain't going straight on. You need to follow the shape of the floor. Well, we'll see. I've just took the handbrake, I'll move that out of the way. We'll offer it up, see what's going on. Remember though, this is still tight to the floor. So, a bit of choppy coming on maybe. I've just had an attempt, I've just had aluminium round here, warm these up, and I've had a piece of pipe in the end. I've managed to move it away a bit, so we'll see. So I don't really want to be chopping and welding, because to chop and weld this, I need to take all manifold back off, do it, put it back on. It's making a big job. Right. That's the exhaust on in place. It's got some wood, you know, holding it away from where I don't want it to be. So I've got something to make here for an hanger. There's plenty of room over axle. Yeah. It's not fitting too bad actually. So I've got the original racket I'm going to use there. Not sure I'm cutting this out yet, I've just marked it. That is where it's going to get cut if I am cutting it. So yeah, I'll offer the bracket up, try and bolt it on there, see where it lines up, see what I'm doing. Right, so here's the progress so far. Nice rubber exhaust bung into the car. Piece of steel, bent, I've kept the corner on, just so it's stronger, it won't want to bend back. And it's got a dual purpose. You see, it's got a P-clip. That'll keep it away from rubbing on anything. So yeah, so it's not just an exhaust hanger. We'll do away with this one. This one will go on. And then I've got the original hanger there. This one will sit there, obviously all painted up with a rubber. Just waiting on a rubber turning up, and then can mock that in place. Yeah, all these jobs, they take time. Yeah, they take time. It's like I've had this exhaust a few hours now, bit of messing, but we're getting there. There we go, that bracket's welded on. I'll paint it properly when I take the exhaust off. So yeah, it's got inside now. Put a nut, washer and a nut there. Good old clearance. Shouldn't bang anywhere. Yeah. Still waiting on that rubber. I'm gonna have to notch it. It's not as big as my marker pen. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't want it banging like. Yeah. So this is going to be the last job today. Fitting the filler neck, all the bolts, put the tank in. Because tomorrow we can do fuel pipes. So yeah, I'm just going to warm this up in a cup of water. It's rock solid. Fit them, put the spire clips on, everything in place, get them on. There's the tank in. All the right washers, spacers, clamps are on. Just need the 3 screws I'm waiting on. The cap's on. So we'll call it a night. We'll carry on tomorrow. See you the next day. Welcome back to a new day. Today we're on the engine bay. So I'm going to try the alternator and the pipe kits here. So I'm going to try and get all that on. All the wiring wired to the engine. Just about to wire up the fan control. I'll show you what I use and why it's easy, really. Yeah, I'll just show you on my other car what I've got. So I use one of these fan controls. I think it's for like a fridge or something, for temperature. You just slide that into silicone pipe, bit of sealant, job's good on. Just wire it up to a relay, and then on the other side, all you see is that. And then it'll click. Well, you won't hear it click, but yeah, you set that to whatever temperature you want. It'll do the relay, it'll make a click. I've even got one on this one as well. Yeah. I've got a bag of relays, all new, with fuses and wiring. So yeah, I'll get to wiring that up and I'll show you along the way. So that's where the grill is. So you won't really see it behind the grill. And then on the inside, that wiring will go through a rubber hole there, a rubber grommet. Nice, easy to get to if you need to change a fuse or relay. So that's it wired up. 2 spades, wiring goes round. All it's cable tying yet, neatening up, put an earth on. This is the front side, so you won't even see that wire because that'll go through the same hole when I've got a live. Obviously I've not wired it to the car yet. So to show you what I mean, that's got a live going in from the battery, just a little test rig going on, and this is the earth. So if you listen, it's the fan on and off. If I turn the thermostat so it's got to be warmer, it won't kick in until it's reached, to show you what I mean, there we go. So if I turn this, there we go. So yeah, I'll set it to like 80, 85, it'll come in. Obviously if you think it's getting too hot, you'll set it yourself. Another job done. So this is the retro Ford alternator kit. It's got a nice pulley on it, like. Yeah, we're gonna see how it bolts up. Could have cleaned this up, couldn't we? But yeah, everything's meant to be there to get it on, so we'll give it a do. That's the kit fitted. The belt were a bit tight to get on, but we got there. Yeah, not bad. Only thing that we're missing were the nut and bolt through here out of the kit, but not too bad, that's all our stock. Yeah, and I've just had to take a corner out of the inlet manifold there because how square that is, it was catching. Yeah, other than that, not bad. So we're going to see now if all these water pipes fit. See if we can get it all plumbed up. Well, that put a fast stop to that. The bottom pipe, the outlet's there, and the pipe comes to here, where the drain is. Then the top, no pipe, because we've got the one that runs this way around, and then really you want the top hose there and the bottom one on the other side. So we have a really could do a change in radiator, because that'll put this part that side. I can make a part for that, that's no big deal, and then this one will just go straight on. So yeah, and then we're not having an heater matrix anyway, so there's spares really. So yeah, I think I'll look for another radiator. So let's put a stop on that. We'll get the wiring done. Right, we're onto the wiring. I'm not sure if I've videoed this doing it on mine, but basically we'll start at the top. So we've got washer bottle. Don't know where it's going to be yet, so we'll leave that alone. We've got starter motor, which is fine. We'll need a lengthening light because it's further down there. Then the alternator is originally on this side, so obviously we need to lengthen it to this side. Show you all that's done. Simple earth, and then they go for a few lights, and then this is to the other side, so that'll be the horn, I think. What's that? Temperature, oil, temperature, and then lights. No big deal really. So yeah, we get these cut, get them mounted. So this is how we run a test to make sure we're doing the right wires. Just put the multimeter on. I've put it on the ignition wire, which I thought it were. And obviously we've got the bleep. So it'll do the job. We know what that wire does and where it goes. We'll carry on with the rest. So here's the alternator loom extended with the plug on the end. So I'll wrap it all in this nice wrap so it's not covered in paint. Back onto the next plug now. So I'm just going to crank it over now to show you it cranking. Feel like I've got somewhere today. So it cranks. Don't worry, put oil in it. Not stupid. So yeah. I think that'll be it for this week. Yeah, that'll be it for this week on that. Just waiting on ECU, and then I can start making the loom up for that. What else is there? Fuel parts and brake parts. So hopefully by end of next week, it should start to look like a complete car. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Help me make the channel big, and then we get plenty of these on. Thank you.